a, long day, 140.6 miles, and it was really, really hot, but overall really enjoyable. Yeah, I just kept thinking about, why I'm doing this, so that just really kept me motivated. The enhanced security zone is made up of 26 checkpoints, just like this one. As a military journalist, I'm constantly surrounded by men. Sometimes I look up while I'm eating, and I'll be the only woman eating out of 100 people. And, so I looked at my own profession, and I thought, why aren't more women going into this field? And then I looked into, other professions that were also, experiencing the same thing, whether that was technology or engineering or business.
What qualities do you think it takes to be a successful woman?
I think it's just necessary to really believe in yourself.
She Can Try is just about empowering women and showing them their options, and specifically in male-dominated career fields. And there's no reason women can't go into these fields. And if women are not represented, technology and the military and in politics, those fields are changing our world around us. And if we are not in those fields, the world is going to change around us without our interest at heart. It is such a powerful thing when you can see somebody at a young age doing something and you're like, I want to be like that person. But if you don't see that, how are you supposed to know? If you've never seen a woman pilot, how are you supposed to think, hey, maybe I want to fly planes? So I just think that exposure before women enter the workforce is so important, because by the time they go to college, if we haven't reached them or shown them all of their options, it might be too late. A little bit higher. Take your right leg and take a big step up. Up, 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 right there.
She shared with me that she had founded an organization called She Can Try, which is solely focused on empowering young girls and women. And it's so in line with what we do at Ironman and at the Ironman Foundation. In particular, it embodies the absolute ethos of Ironman, and there is no better ambassador for that than Jackie Faye.
And then stand. I just wanted to do something to show women that they can do anything that they want, and to know their options. Why I'm doing this to empower women? To get attention around that, I decided, I'll do something no other woman has done before, and that's 6 Ironmans on 6 continents within 1 year. I started in June of 2017 on June 11th in Cairns, Australia, which is right near the Great Barrier Reef. And then I headed to Zurich, Switzerland in July. And then in October, I went to Pangu, Taiwan. In December, Mar del Plata, Argentina. In April, Port Elizabeth, South Africa. And then in the exactly 365 days, June 10th, I'll be competing in Boulder, Colorado.
An Ironman is 2.4 mile swim, a 112 mile bike, and 26.2 mile run.
Jackie Faye. All right, Jackie.
Ironman Boulder is a tough man's course. It is a tough day to get through without any other normal or unusual circumstances that are around. This year, specifically with so much heat, it's going to be an even harder day for our athletes. So it's a really good challenge against logistics, against your body, against your mind, against your spirit and will to continue. It's just a really true test of what you're made of.
The race in Taiwan was so hard. It was really, really hot. I got a flat on the bike with about 12 miles left to go. And I was like, if I get off and try to change this tire, I'm going to melt. I'm gonna melt. And so I rode on it for the last 12 miles. And so you have to go super slow when you're riding on a flat because you might wipe out. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm never going to make it. But I did.
Welcome home, Jackie.
It was by far the slowest race and the hardest. Was not proud of my time, but I knew I was gonna make it. I was very determined. I try to work out 1 to 2 hours every single day. So a perfect week, I would work out around 14 hours. I do all my cycling indoors on a spin bike. I swim in the pool at the US Embassy when I can. And I also run occasionally, but really not that much. I do a lot of high intensity interval training. I can really work out in a 2x2 square with 15-pound weights and get in a really good workout. I've had the privilege of running with some Afghan girls. I run with these 2 girls in particular. It's not safe for them to run outside. When women run outside in Afghanistan, people start throwing stones at them. They come to where I live to run every couple of weeks. Just the stories that they tell me and the struggles that they have are incredible. And they're training for a 250-kilometer race in Mongolia. That's an average of a marathon each day for 6 days. Crazy, heat and rough terrain. They'll definitely be with me tomorrow. Part of this whole goal is really just to encourage women to try in life, right? You don't know what you're capable of unless you put yourself out there. You can accomplish really, really amazing things if you try. It can be scary. I'm scared to death sometimes. But unless you force yourself to do things, you don't know, what boundaries you can break by pushing yourself. And so for the last 1.68 miles on Sunday, I'm going to be wearing my body armor that I often have to wear in Afghanistan.
To honor the 168 U.S. servicewomen who have died serving our country in Iraq and Afghanistan. Let's do this!
And I don't think there's any more powerful way to show, women are willing to die for this country. We deserve equality in the workplace.
And for that, we are so truly grateful that she is representing Ironman and that she truly embodies our mantra of service through sport and commitment to community.
She's an inspiration to so many people. We're lucky to have leaders and inspirational people like that in our lives. We all look up to people with that type of determination and that type of spirit.
This morning at the reservoir, one of the girls that was sitting down, she was like, oh, I don't have any cheerleaders coming tomorrow. And I immediately said to her, I said, I'll be cheering for you out there. I've gone to so many races by myself, but just the Ironman community has always gotten me through. When you're out there on race day, you know, everyone is struggling. Everyone is, you know, going through the elements. You know, it's not an easy event. And I've just been blessed with such kindness, not just from the people of the race participants, but from the community as a whole. I know on Sunday, I'm going to be really reflecting on the past year and what it's meant for me and how much I've grown.
Amazing, Jackie!
You know, when I started this goal, I really was not in a good place. I wanted to do something to better the world. But I knew to do that, I had to do something really big to get attention around it.
Thanks, guys. I love all of you.